All right, you're welcome back. What do the papers have to say on their headlines this very first day in the month of March? Are we marching forward or? Okay, we're going to be doing this, of course, with the lecturer, the University of Lagos, Dr. Dan Ikere. Good morning.
Good morning
it's good
to
see you and happy new month.
I wish you the same, pretty ladies.
And you look bright for the month. It's going to be a bright month.
Are you looking elegant?
Thank you. Let's begin with a punch. Minister orders IG relocation to Northeast. UN flays girls' abduction. NSCDC boss also directed to relocate to Northeast. Fishermen, farmers, employed to search for Dapchi girls, and schoolgirls who escaped from Boko Haram recount ordeal. Okay, so with this relocation, what happens if another unfortunate incident happens elsewhere in the country? Who will be relocating then?
Maybe we'll have more than one IG so that you position them in various, flashpoints. I do not think the issue really is about
Is this really how to go about it?
Yeah, it's not about location. So far, really, I don't think even the police has shown enough goodwill to want to even address the issue, going by the kind of statements that come from different quarters of the police force. I think they really need to be, to be compelled to do what is necessary. But however, the thing has got to a dimension that, even the army is almost getting overstretched with this kind of everyday internal insurrections
doing
here
the
and
job
there.
of the police.
Are you getting it? So it's becoming really traumatic. I think that...
I think that should even be the issue to be looked into, really, that the police somehow, either because it's overwhelmed or not even well-trained or armed to do its job of securing the country internally. Now, the military is overstretched, like you said. And I recall we said the same thing. We asked the same question when the president told the IGP to go to Benue State. And then, what if
it didn't change anything either. Even the president of the IG in Benue did not change the situation. I don't think it was any...
Right as he was being redeployed there, another, crisis.
Are you getting it? So I think that really this issue of, the police being equipped, ill-equipped, trained, and all the rest, the only, thing I know about the police is that it has competent hands.
Well, you know what? Ayo Fayose, the governor of Ekiti State, seems to believe that some people are benefiting from this Boko Haram, unending Boko Haram, or the war against insurgency, saying, it does. Some people are cashing in on it.
But I don't think it's something you can
don't
just...
want it to end.
It's not something you can just wish away or just... Because from every war situation, there must be people who profit from it.
Yeah,
so unfortunately, there are profiteering on one part. Yeah.
All right, let's move away from that. Nigerians are getting poorer despite recovery from recession, says IMF. Recall Nigeria officially took over from India as the poorest, a country with the poorest population in just in the month of February.
No, it has always been. It's just that, we always have this issue of, what do you call it now, statistics and all the rest. But we know that Nigeria as a country is very rich.
Yes.
However, that wealth is cornered by just a few. And you have, the
less than 1%.
Yes, and the rest of the population is just wallowing in abject poverty. And as such, they could be manipulated here and there. And that is what you see that reflect in our elections and every other thing we do. It's a, it's a function of the level of poverty.
Some will tell you that it's not as bad as it seems, really, especially politicians.
No, it can never be as bad as it seems because we always follow them. Each time they call on us to come and carry ballot buses, come and kill ourselves while they are busy drinking the best wine in the hotels or in their rooms or wherever. You see the madness of the many for the gains of the few. That's what you get all the time during elections.
All right, and members of Osun State Peace Corps during an intercessory prayer session tagged God can still do it following President Muhammadu Buhari's refusal, of course, to assent to the Nigeria Peace Corps bill. They're leaving it to God. Let's just leave it there.
Let God intervene.
Absolutely. So we go to the Nation newspaper. The major story here, we talked about it. UN demands release of 110 Dapchi schoolgirls with multiple riders. Probe panel begins sitting. Air Force explains action. Don't withdraw pupils. Can you really tell parents
can you tell parents not to do that?
Until themselves experience such a thing, before they will be able to actually position themselves to say whether pupils should be... How will you expect people to send their children to school in that condition, where you are not too sure of the security of your child? And it has happened before, it has happened again.
But how much difference
really?
These statements from the United Nations, one would have have expected more action.
No, it's
Not
like
just words,
it's like
you
I'm
know,
here
coming
now. I
from-
say,
yeah,
okay,
they're saying-
I condemn the act,
Yes,
and I
and after
demand
condemning,
immediate
what
release
next?
of the abducted girls.
What then?
Does it have any effect?
Uh-huh.
So I
my
expect,
question.
action. What have you put in place to ensure that this statement actually translates to,
Into getting the girls back.
something that will bring results?
But sadly, then we call that some Chibok schoolgirls are still in the hands of their
certainly.
Yeah,
captors.
about 100 or so of them.
Absolutely. So lawmakers revolt against governors. The Speaker of Osun State was saying that there was need for legislature to have independent over their purse, so that way they could be independent. And I know you always say it every time you have the opportunity that especially state lawmakers are in the pockets of government.
Of course they are. But you see, just like the National Assembly is not in the pocket of the president. It has its own autonomy.
Yeah.
That ought to trickle down. That should...
Should it include financial autonomy?
Of course.
How is that going to really improve our democracy?
Without that, it means that the governor can just dictate and determine the fate of the lawmakers. That's what it means. It means that whatever he wants is what they must do. Because if the governor is the one who will be, doling out gifts to them before they could do their duty, then obviously you are going to get this kind of a situation.
Yeah.
So, but as we speak, the National Assembly is as autonomous as anything. It's not under the whims and caprices of the president. No?
And 36 lawmakers now, state lawmakers now, are moving together to
Ensure that actually happens.
It happens, yes.
They better
What else do we
Now,
have
legal obstacle for Oyegun's others tenure extension. We expect, we don't want to say crisis now, brewing really.
If it's not brewing
if
already.
it's not brewing already with the letter bomb from the national leader of
But
the party.
I'm very convinced they would know how to go about it. But however,
Some would say it was because of that letter that they had to somehow hurriedly extend the tenure of some of the...
maybe
To give him confidence that
not.
his position is as
Not
firm
threatened.
as ever?
Well, but for me, really, I do not think Oyego even has that clout. It doesn't seem like he's in charge of the party. It doesn't seem like it.
Who really is in charge? Is it the president who should be the leader of the party, or who is?
Is the president the leader of the party?
Yes.
I don't think he is, really. Because why do we address Ashwaji as the
national
leader of
chairman.
the national... I mean, more or less that party, it's been led by Ashwaji in a manner.
Yeah, well, hasn't he earned it?
Of course, that is exactly what I'm saying. Because from all indications, Oyegu seemed like a boy to, even the leader of the party and the president, with respect to the... Whereas in party politics, there should be some level of party supremacy. But I don't think that is...
And it seems APC has never been
But
as
that is
divided
equally
as
when
now.
you have a kind of chairman that has that personality.
To unite everyone. Let's quickly brush through some of the stories. Lassa fever death toll hit 72 in 18 states. No automatic shirt for goalkeeper Ozoho. Set to extend deadline for e-dividend. DSNI forfeits $4.760 million penthouses.
How many houses really did she acquire in that time?
It
The
is
Daily Sun, INEC releases 36-year elections timetable.
Yeah.
Mixed reactions greet action as PDP Junaid Okoye comment. I can't be intimidated, says Yakubu. Of course, that's the INEC chairman. Does Nigeria need a 36-year election timetable or a 36-year development timetable?
Maybe the development will start from election angle. Because I was just wondering when I was listening to Professor, Yakubu giving us the long-term plan for election. When even the one of 2019, we are not too sure.
He says that, well, according to him, it's good for certainty and, it helps to make plans.
Well, but
Is he
in any
trying
case,
to-
I see that as a form of forecast.
Is he trying to scuttle whatever the National Assembly wants to come up with?
Well, in a way, the National Assembly has actually only dealt with the issue of sequence.
Yes.
Which one comes first. And not the dates. I don't think the bill is about the date of election. So what the INEC has done is to talk about dates of elections. Not necessarily the issue of sequence. Now, should this bill sail through, then it means that a lot will change as well.
Oh, please, can we just have a development plan? I wonder what happened to
No,
those 10-year
I think what should be done is that maybe we should...
the present administration has
we
ERG
should
anyway.
second the INEC chair to the development office, planning office, to help them in a long-term planning arrangement. If you could plan election for so long.
That means we can plan developments for that.
Yeah, so
and you wonder why this would even be set at this time, 36 years, really looking ahead. When
terminating
there is
2055?
The Electoral Act has just been amended and awaiting
is it just the amendment that bothers you? How long is it going to be there? How are we even sure that the next person will come?
Will not just throw it into the next government.
I don't think that should be the major concern.
An interesting one here. Ex-CBN Deputy Governor Moghalu joins presidential race.
That's a very interesting one, really. I listened to him yesterday, and he's a very brilliant chap, no two ways about it. But the fear is, you see, in a political climate of this kind, you don't easily get the best. It's, because the way the system is structured, party politics does not always, bring out the best, because you must go through those same, party, machineries and politicking. And at the end of the day, again, we have issues of what party, is going to come under, and it depends on the kind of influence that both himself and the party will be able to.
Well, he should be able to find a party within the 68
there are so many
so.
Parties. There are so many of these parties are not actually known.
Exactly. Do they even have the spread? Because
they don't even have even name. We don't know them. We just know there are over 60 or how many parties. We don't know that. If you present their names today, a lot of people will be wondering whether they are political parties.
And yet more are getting registered.
Yes. All right. Henry Oka writes from prison, calls for coalition against Buhari. Wow. That's... Okay, we want Biafra. Masob denies accepting restructuring. That's all from the Daily Sun. And this is an interesting picture here. 18-year-old inventor Mohammed Shuaibu assembling a locally fabricated helicopter on Gidan Ghana Road, Yewa, Bauchi State. That's a very, very interesting one.
But we've seen a lot like that.
Exactly.
So many of that kind.
Nobody seems to
pay supported
it to mind.
So we go to the Vanguard, and the major story on it is heartbreaking. I won't go to school again, says escaped Dapchi girl. Girls narrate how principal teachers helped them to escape, say abductors came in army uniform without boots. Dapchi final year students to relocate to Nguru ahead of SSCE. There are still conflicting reports on number of girls, their identities. That's according to the federal government. But that statement really...
honestly, is heartbreaking. But you do expect less if you really want to be alive. For me, I think it's safer to be alive than to want to aspire to be educated, only to be abducted.
Yeah, but without education, what is the quality of your life, really, at the end of the day?
Yes, but education at the end of the day ending up in Sambisa Forest. What education do you get there? So it's shocking. And these are very young, children. You know what happened to the Chibok girls. Absolutely. As we speak today, a lot of them, I don't know if they are still themselves. So to now start the same kind of, process with these children.
The government doesn't understand that this is like an attack on the future of the country, really, when the young ones are being somehow forced not to see education as the way to go because of security.
Well, unfortunately, it's even happening in an area where people generally don't even want to go to school.
Exactly.
Now
it's even tough encouraging.
You got to a point that people have to be tipped to go to school. Yeah. Now, those who have decided that, okay, we want to go to school, look at what is happening to them. There's no protection. They are not sure of their safety. So what do you expect? I think this is one area where the government has really failed.
All right. Okay. What else
because of time.
Quickly?
Yes, MDA is delaying passage of 2018 budget. Excuse me. Recall even late last year, the Senate made the same statement that the lawmakers shouldn't be blamed if the 2018 budget wasn't passed by December. And now, of course, this is coming as no news.
The ministers are slowing down the process.
Those who are supposed to appear to defend their budgets have been running away. That tells you that what they have presented is something they cannot defend. Otherwise, what will it take you to appear and say, okay, this and that is what we've budgeted for? Because as it stands, some projects that are ongoing, some that have been completed, needed to be confirmed before you can approve.
Exactly. All right, quickly, Saraki asks state assemblies to stop pensions of ex-governors, deputies. I'm sure Sarah will be happy about this.
Okay.
Suing ex-governors not to get multiple payments from different sources.
Well, I'm glad he was a governor, so he's a good one.
Yeah, coming from him. All right, finally, from this day, we were not expecting full support, says Oyegun on opposition to tenure elongation. And PDP, your party's confusion exposes failure of Buhari's presidency. All right, let's just leave that one. And one was Tutu sets new record, sells for £1.205 million. That's a Ben and one of the shining lights of Nigerian art. Not much is known about him, really. All right. These days.
Yes, with that, we wrap the newspaper review segment, but we are not letting you go. You're going to stay with us, so we'll talk about the first topic with you. We'll be having another guest join him. Stay with us on the show, and then we'll go right into the first discussion.